Man, she has 3 little boys. Holy crap.
The VLC doesn't even open now. Okay.
Evolution is not a science. It is a world issue. Just like Christianity is a world issue. So how is somebody that looks at the world and all that evolution how are they going to answer the question? Evolution is just an accident, a result of random outcomes.
My screen is so dirty right now. Can you see it?
Both I and you are unique. But what is it that makes you unique? Is it your property, your technology, your spouse, your siblings, your children? Or is it something more intrinsic, like your DNA? Well, it turns out your genome will fit uncompressed on about a gigabyte. But that's not the part of the genome that's unique to you. Virtually all of this is identical to that of your neighbors. The bit of the genome that's unique to you is only about 10 megabytes. That means that you use the light bulb with maybe 30 gigabytes of memory can store the genetic uniqueness of about 3,000 people on something that will fit in the palm of your hand. Now let's follow that thought for a moment and say that the potency of a system is related in a loose way to the information within that system. Well, to be honest, the genome is basically only the instructions, if you like, for the make human process. And part of that make human process includes the brain. Now, it's kind of fuzzy to work out how much memory the brain has, but it's typically estimated on the order of terabytes. Now, the design of an informational storage device that can hold more information than that design itself is not exactly an earth-shattering concept. For instance, the blueprints and design specs for the make hard drive function are probably only on the order of a few gigabytes or so. That's massively smaller than the storage that these devices have. So is it your brain that makes you special? Well, it's certainly a big part of it. But as individuals, humans are unimpressive creatures. They really only come into the room when they start to work in groups. For instance, one man versus a tiger is one well-fed tiger, 100% probability. 10 coordinating people versus one tiger is one nice tiger skin rug, 100% probability. This change in group behavior is doubtless due to tiny changes in the genome that promotes communal behavior, but this has a very large effect on the survivability of the individuals. For instance, 10 specialists, the farmer, the farrier, blacksmith, that sort of thing, will carry significantly more knowledge than 10 individuals who do not work as a coordinated group. That is, they have better informational potential, as 10 people all try to remember specialized information than 10 people all trying to learn 10 times as much as will fit into their soft, squidgy human brains. It's that you do better with 10 specialists than you do with 10 jack of all trades, master of none types. But there's more to it than working in teams. People die, and when they do, their knowledge is lost while what's taught to the next generation. However, when one of those individuals invents stored medium, writing, disk drives, internet, that sort of thing, everything changes. Knowledge from that point on is essentially accumulative and exponential in nature. Knowledge enables large groups to coordinate and work together minuscule tweaks to the DNA, massive effects can ensue. Those relatively modest changes that promote group formation can greatly increase the potency of a community. After this, genetic selection plays a diminished role. It's the selection criteria that determines who dies and who doesn't is essentially down to the stored knowledge of societies. Communities that can treat smallpox will survive better than those that cannot. Communities that can treat water survive better than those that cannot. Societies with World War II era weaponry simply cannot challenge modern military equipment on the battlefield. But it's the pace that this knowledge can be gathered at that's the real knee-weakening factor. I mean, nearly over the last few decades, I've seen vast changes in our civilization. When I was young, there was no such thing as a personal computer. And now, just over one generation further on, it's difficult to find any aspect of our lives that does not benefit from this technology. And genetics are now essentially in a state of stasis, when one considers the growth of the knowledge of mankind. Looked at in such terms, the potency of mankind is a product of several factors, which contain elements that could be described both as genetic and group survival terms. However, one thing is overwhelmingly clear, and that's for mankind, knowledge is the principal factor. Knowledge is the enabler of both societies and the species. Knowledge is now the prime factor in deciding the survivability of individuals. Knowledge is the future, and intentionally intellectually corrosive numbers like this.
I believe the Bible is the infallible, inspired, inerrant word of the living God. I believe it's cover to cover. And I believe the evolution theory that's being taught in our schools is one of the dumbest and most dangerous religions in the history of humanity.
Just cannot be ignored. Presented with such arguments, it's baffling that so many politicians do not have education as the propagation of knowledge, and research as the acquisition of new knowledge, and countering the disinformation sown by pseudoscientists as the top items on their agenda. Now let's compare this previously presented perspective to that of the creationist.
Who am I? Evolution tells us we're just an accident, the result of random chance. But the Bible says we are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of our Creator.
Well, fundamentally, no. We are a hierarchical, social species.
Why can't God and evolution work together?
Never be. It's tautological.
They actually do?
Cannot form a
I don't understand why people argue against that.
Why am I here?
God created man, God created animals, God created Earth. But then Earth evolved.
The fundamental core problem,
and a vested interest.
the fundamental core problem in strict Christians in accepting evolution is the timescales involved. Christians, hardcore Christians, the Orthodox Christians, the literalists, must believe that the Earth is 6,000 to 8,000 years old. That's just what they have to believe, because that's what the Bible specifically says, 6,000 to 8,000 years. And since the Bible is always right, everything the Bible says is the foundation for their knowledge, and then anything the Bible doesn't talk about, they're able to incorporate modern science into it because the Bible didn't say anything to that effect. So they come from this perspective of the Earth being 6,000 to 8,000 years old, and evolution cannot work on that scale. It just doesn't work on that scale. Microevolution, sure. Different breeds of dogs, people with different colored eyes. But it takes hundreds of thousands of years for evolution to work on any kind of fundamental scale. Chimpanzees turning into humans. That's overly simplified, not how it works. But basically, that's going to take hundreds of thousands or a million years for that to happen, because there are just so many incremental changes that need to happen every generation for evolution to wind up with us. And when you refuse to accept that the Earth is older than 8,000 years, if in your brain that's true,